I will not be defined by a day. No way. So good morning. I treated myself to this incredibly cozy, fluffy lounge set from Tesco. Also to this very similar fluffy, snuggly 3-piece set. They're both from the Mrs. Hinch collaboration with Tesco. I treated myself because I finished my third book, my second novel, Glass Houses. The third draft is with my editor. I will get to read it again after the copy editor has had her merry way with it. But lots about mental health and loneliness and family relationships. There's some love, there's some sex. Do you want me to read out some sex scenes on here in a video? Because I can do that. We're going into another book launching process and I can't wait. Like my first novel, this does have an element of magic about it. Sisters, cancel culture, internet trolling, secrets and lies, and I really hope you like it. I'll leave a pre-order link in the description box. And I thought I deserved these fluffy cozy jams. We are in the process of going through all of our stuff and organising it, sorting through it to decide what we are and aren't going to bring when we move. Because we're still agreed on a house. And more on that later in the video. For now, I am going to be applying this. I've a lot of skincare samples to go through and to use up. This is a mini version of the Nux exfoliating and unifying mask. There were a lot of questions about my mental health as a mammy, a mother, sent in on my Instagram. So I thought I'd begin with that while I do a little bit of physical self-care and use this mask. It's a 2-minute mask that comes out as a gel and it like turns into an oil. It's like rose and macadamia. It's gorgeous. It's so lovely. And it gets rid of dead skin cells. While she gets to work on the face, this is a perfect opportunity for me to thank my sponsor for today's video, BetterHelp. That is BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. And there'll be a quick word from them here after I wash and dry my hair. If you're anything like me and you're kind of limited on time and your life is very full and busy and you're looking to take charge of your mental health, look no further, because BetterHelp can assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist who you can, most importantly, message anytime, and you can schedule in weekly video or phone calls as well. This service is available worldwide and you can begin chatting to your therapist within 48 hours. Now, it's not a crisis line, though it's ideal if you simply feel that there are things, people, situations interfering with your contentedness, if there are things standing between you and your goals. I have a link in the description and that'll take you through the sign-up process, which is very straightforward. There's a very broad range of expertise within BetterHelp's therapist network, over 20,000 therapists, and that might not be locally available where you live. One of the best parts is BetterHelp make it very easy and free as well to change therapists. One of the biggest reasons a lot of people bail early on therapy is because they're not clicking with their therapist, but BetterHelp are committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches. This is my link here. You can get 10% off of your first month with BetterHelp. I have the information down below in the doobly-doo. And yeah, if you're just wanting to be listened to by someone who is unbiased and can give you a fresh, objective evaluation of your situation and help you to develop strategies to cope. We're going to get into what I've been learning and dealing with like mama guilt. I never know if I should say mammy, mum, mom, mama, because I've got followers from everywhere and I don't even know which one I prefer. I think I prefer mama, but I don't know. I'm going to wash this off and just do skincare and do makeup and talk to you about where my head's been at. But yeah, when you add water to this mask, see, it like turns into this kind of milky consistency, and then you feel all the little particles that get rid of dead skin build up. My son is downstairs with his dad, and today is the one day a week that I do a proper job of my skin, and on an everyday basis I'm finally back on top of at least cleansing morning and night, and also like adding hydration, moisturizer, SPF, but like beyond that, I've been just really struggling because life is so go, go, go at the minute. I don't know my arse from my elbow at the moment, you know? We know I love a vitamin C. Also gonna throw on my current favorite moisturizer. This is the Kiehl's Multi-Corrective Cream, and it is sublime. As you can see, I'm flying through it, but you know, purple tub, scent of jasmine. These things know how to lure me in, but it visibly improves my skin. Yeah, by the way, I got 2 little piercings in this ear. One of the, the studs fell out though. Absolute disaster, so I just had to put in like another regular earring. I can't wait for them to heal so I can put in like cute little sets, and then I'm going to get a helix piercing up here as well. I had one years ago and I just stopped wearing jewellery up here and then it grew back in. I was really paranoid about how big my ears are, and now I couldn't give a flying fuck. Skin is done. Product I was gifted worth mentioning is the Naked Urban Decay Cyber Palette, because oh my goodness, all the experimenting, all the fun. I really try and get very excited about doing my makeup and make the most of this time, because I don't get this time every day with a 1-year-old. My little man's been unwell like all week. I picked it up off him. I'm already recovered, thankfully. He's had some kind of cold and cough that he got from his play group. Then he also had his 12-month vaccines. And on the first day, he was fine. And I was like, oh, great, he's getting away like unscathed. And then the next day, like, was really warm. His whole leg was swollen up and really sore with a big lump in it, and he was just really out of sorts and just like couldn't stand properly on his leg, and I just felt so bad for him and so helpless. So it was just like all the cuddles. And yeah, then he started teething again as well, like the red cheeks, the drooling, constantly chewing on everything, you know, like all the signs. So he has not been having a time of it. So like makeup is low down on the priority list, and that admittedly makes me sad. Like, I absolutely love spending a bit of time on my appearance. I've always taken a lot of pride in my appearance, not just because I want to present myself a certain way, but because it's relaxing to me. Mom guilt, right? So what that means is feeling like you're not doing enough as a parent. Examples of this would be like, say, if you can't afford all of the best stuff and like you're comparing yourself to other people around you who have all of the fanciest of toys. Say you can't afford the time to make them the best of foods, and like you sometimes cave and give them, you know, ready meal type things. Like you get frustrated with your kid because you're absolutely exhausted. People feel mom guilt if they spend time on themselves or money on themselves, or like, you know, if they don't breastfeed, if they have to go back to work, and like that's a big trigger, is going back to work or just spending any time on work, juggling household responsibilities. You know, it's just kind of one of the ways that our brains keep us focused on doing best by our children. So like I don't know that it's necessarily a terrible thing, but definitely like too much of it is very unhealthy and is not helpful. Guilt is not a helpful feeling to feel. It's just not. Like if I have to play 10 minutes of Little Baby Bum, if I have to, or like you have to like throw something like that on to wash some clothes, get some cleaning done, like do the dishwasher, sweep the floor, make some food, because a 1-year-old is a lot, and they do need a lot of your attention. Like attention is their currency, and it's really important for them to have the attention of their caregivers. But if they had it 100% all day every day, nothing would get done at all. Yeah, what I've found is I can either feel guilty for showing him 10 minutes of cartoons while I do some jobs in the house, or I can feel guilty that I have not done the jobs in the house. So either way, I'm like, and what I see in a lot of the groups that I've joined on Facebook, I absolutely love me and Mammy group on Facebook, like working moms, co-sleeping, attachment parenting, extended breastfeeding. I've joined all these groups and I love them. And it's so good to feel like a sense of connection to other mothers. I've also started to go to, yeah, like a parent toddler play group in my town, and that has just been so lovely to just not feel alone and to have the chats with people who are in the same kind of situation. A good few of my friends are pregnant now as well, which makes me really excited, and yeah, like much less isolated than I was during 2020, because we all know how isolating that was in general, let alone going through pregnancy and motherhood for the first time ever. Anyway, yeah, like, oh, hello husband. Looking for you.
Cardigan for him.
A lot of you keep asking about Thomas's hair transplant. That'll be the next video.
I look mental. I haven't looked at myself in the mirror all day.
I was just telling them, this is kind of how it goes. I have to just be looking at the baby all day. Thank you for giving me time to beautify myself. See, we take turns. He'll go to the gym then. Where was I? Yes. We are biologically best set up to have our babies during the same years that we're expected to get our careers sorted and you know, make a ton of money and buy a house, and it's just a lot. And yeah, I see in a lot of the groups that I'm in that like women feel so guilty about working and going back to work, and a lot of us just have to work. And even like, you know, my job is very enjoyable. I love my job. I do hobbies as my job, and yet it's just still very time consuming and it takes me away from my baby. So I know what that feeling is like, and like I can't leave and go somewhere and just focus on the work because like I can hear him in the other room or downstairs, and then I feel like I'm doing a shitty job at both things. Like I tend to do a bit of work every day of the week instead of having set work days. So I like work in and around being a full-time mom at home, working from home. At the end of the day, what a kid needs, what a baby needs, they just need your loving, undivided attention a lot. Also time to play and explore and a sense of security. He loves being with my husband. He loves being with other adults and stuff. But like I just have this like choking guilt of like, even when I consider getting a childminder for a couple of days a week so I can do some more like flat out work and everything, and I don't know what it is. Like I definitely know from my therapist that I have some anxiety wrapped up around my baby, because like when I had him was at a very scary time in the world, and it was like, keep your baby away from everyone, don't let anyone touch your baby, like don't even talk to people, like, and I think that just like got ingrained in my bones. And now when we do go to like dates or parties without him, like a lot of the time we'll go to things with him, but when we do go without him, I find it very hard to not think about him constantly, and I just get really nervous and scared if something happens while I'm not there. And I know I cannot live like that, and I know I cannot control certain things, but like, yeah, that's what anxiety is all about, isn't it? It's just you feel very out of control. I just love being under the same roof as him basically all the time. I am very happy to be, but yeah, at the same time, like I get days where I need a break, and my husband and I just want to be on our own for a while. Thankfully, as he's getting older, it's becoming easier to know what to expect from him. So if I am gone for an hour and a half, like I know if we leave my son with his nana, like, and we can be like, okay, he has to have a bath and have his dinner, and like I kind of know exactly what that's going to look like. Because yeah, on to like dealing with mom guilt, things I have learned, like I shared in another video, is that you have to help yourself first, because if I'm not okay, then how can I make sure that my son is okay, you know? So I have to make sure that I am okay, that I'm having me time, that I am caring for myself in all of the variety of ways that you do have to care for yourself. Sharing responsibilities is a big part of it, and asking for help, you know, which I find very hard to do, because I'm always like, I have to do everything myself, I'm capable. Like someone put it to me like this before: if you think about like yourself as a woman in a relationship with a man, I know I can do a lot of things myself, but isn't it lovely to have someone else do them for me? You know, that kind of way. Like it's not a case of, oh, I'm weak and oh, I need you, and like not like that at all, but just, yeah, like humans are supposed to work together and like live in small groups, helping one another. No human is an island. Who would have thought it? And if you are a working mother, like your kid needs food on the table, they need a roof over their head. You live in 2021. Do what you gotta do. And it is shit, and you're allowed to want to be with your kid all the time, and I believe that's very, very normal from everything that I've read. It's also common that some people just don't want to do the whole childcare thing, and they prefer being in an office working all day, and like that's very dependent on your personality. And I think we all need to just stop judging ourselves so harshly. Like, you know, so fucking what if the washing up isn't done? It'll get done. The guilty feelings are not gonna be what gets it done. HD Brows brow glue, by the way, phenomenal stuff. Yeah, once baby is warm and fed, clean, healthy, happy, loved, safe, you're doing an amazing job. That's what I say to my reflection every day. I am allowed to have this bit of time to make myself look presentable, so I'm in a better mood, and then I'm in a better mood for my son, better mood for my husband. I say that, but I am also getting much more comfortable in my natural state, because I just have to. I can't look put together every day. I just can't do that anymore. Generally though, my mental health now, like so my emotions and my hormones, I still haven't had a period since before I had a baby. I still haven't filmed that video. I keep meaning to make a video about that because I got a load of questions from you, and yeah, it just got lost in the book writing chaos. But yeah, I haven't had a period in a very long time, and I've been very emotionally stable, which is lovely. But my mental health is very I feel like it functions very differently from years ago, and maybe that's just because I'm better at coping with it now, I don't know. But I can just have the odd day that's just like really bad, and I'm like, God, I'm really fucking depressed right now, you know, sobbing, feels like there's a cloud above my head, can hardly even remember what it feels like to feel like this, you know, to just be content. I had a day like that only last week, and out of nowhere, like, and I think it for me builds from stress, and I start feeling very sorry for myself. These YSL lipsticks are amazing, but I don't know, I hate the packaging. This is destroyed all over the place. Just give me a normal owl shaped lipstick. It doesn't have to be fancy. But yeah, like I get these like bursts of like having a really bad mental health day, a crappy foggy brain day, and it doesn't turn into a whole week or a whole month. And I think that's one of the most valuable lessons I have learned through the years of dealing with bouts of mental health issues. I will not be defined by a day. No way. If I have a crap day where I just eat food that makes me feel like shit and I cry a lot, I get nothing productive done on my to-do list, in my diary, I don't go for a walk, I don't do any cleaning, like the whole day is just shit. Every single time the following morning I wipe that blank. Didn't happen. Today's a new day, today's a fresh day. I'm not carrying that over to the next day, and like being a mother has made that easier because I kind of have to just get my shit together, like I have to, you know. I'm gonna try a new color out of this today, cyberspace. Let's see what this looks like. My son needs me, and every morning I have to, you know, do the whole thing again. It's 24/7, you know. I'm feeding him breast milk, solids, dressing him, bathing him, playing with him all day, doing his nappies. Like that stuff is never gonna end, and I think knowing that, I don't know, it just helps me with the reset button. When I was younger and I had a bout of that, in my brain I'd define how I feel and how I am as that day, and that would just carry on and carry on. It would bleed into my whole life, and it doesn't happen anymore. And I'm really, really proud of the progress I've made with how I manage my mental health, and most of that is through my mindset. And there have been times where I've needed medication during those times, like say like after someone's died or huge life upheavals, you know, that kind of thing. Like, you know, that's fine. And I took the medication while I needed it. For general kind of like mental health stuff, I just find talk therapy and like focusing on my mindset by reading books and learning about how the brain works very effective, very, very effective. I picked this mascara up and is a lot better than I expected it to be. It's the Rimmel Scandalize Wow Wings. I just had run out of my favorite Benefit one, but this is actually pretty decent. There's one eye done and one eye not done. Never mind the back cave, but like look at them go. And yeah, like out of the messages I get and even like the groups that I'm in, what I kind of notice the most is just mothers like constantly arguing and like feeling bad about themselves because they can see how many other people are making a different choice to them, which I presume threatens their sense of confidence in the decisions they've made for themselves. Social media, there's nothing normal about social media for all the wonderful things that it brings to my life and everyone else's life, I'm assuming, if you're using it. But there's a lot of bad wrapped up in that. Like, we're not really supposed to see into the day-to-day lives, or well, filtered, curated lives of so many other mothers and like how they go about it. And like a lot of the other influencer types online, you know, and like the kind of lives they present, like I can't compare myself to them. They have, you know, chefs or cleaners and completely different lifestyles to me. Some of you probably compare yourselves to me, and I get that vibe from some of the messages I get, like, because, you know, I work from home and I have been very vocal about stuff like breastfeeding and that kind of thing, but none of that is a commentary on what you're choosing to do at all. Like, I share that stuff because I actually chose to breastfeed because of another YouTuber. I didn't know really anything about it. I know how powerful sharing online is because watching other people has changed my life, has opened up my eyes to things, to options, to information. And yeah, I think it's a lovely, great thing that by me being very open about breastfeeding, I've shared lots of posts with information on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, I get messages a lot from people who've just had a baby and they've tried it out and they've really enjoyed it, who've said that they otherwise wouldn't have ever bothered with it. We really have to cut that shit of seeing Mammy A doing this and your Mammy B and her kid is doing this and my kid's not doing that yet. And like, we do it in so many different ways. The judgment, the comparisons, and like it can just affect how we feel about the job that we're doing. If you're a parent and you love your kid and you're giving your kid all of that love and as much time as you can and you're doing your best, I want to pat you on the back and give you a kiss and give you a hug. Is it okay if I give you a kiss? That's one thing I always do with my son. I always say, can I have a kiss? Instead of just going, give me a kiss. There's all that is like in my head now about like that I'm laying the foundations for the person that he is going to become. And yeah, I want him to know that kisses never have to be given. And yeah, you gotta consent to those kisses. I know he's too young to, I can't be like, may I please wipe the shit off of your arse, child? Is it okay? Like, you know, I'm not silly about that kind of thing, you know, I don't take it that far. But yeah, I want to kind of instill bodily autonomy and all that kind of stuff into him from a very young age. I'm just so conscious now of like the words I say around him and everything like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go throw my body lotion on, I'm gonna get dressed, I'm gonna get some food, and then we'll go down to see my dad, go for a walk, have a nice day, and I will answer lots more questions. My hands are filthy, so I'm gonna go wash them. I'm wearing one of my favorite jumpers that says, be grateful. Got some lavender here, little bee. A lot of you asked me about my Be Kind jumper as well. Both of these are from, I think they're called Wholesome Culture. I'll link the place I got them down below. Great company, fairly sustainable, but they take a long time to arrive, which is the big downside. Oh, you swiveling your footy? Are you gonna keep your shoesies on? You gonna keep your slipper shoesies on for once? You look so Halloweeny, my love. Can't decide what to do with my hair today. It was in a top bun and now it's in a like semi up, semi down situation, a la Phantom of the Opera. We are on our way to a pumpkin patch nearby. Just really want to pick my own pumpkin this year. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't know what we're going as for Halloween yet, but last year our costumes were pretty epic. I was the Goblin King from Labyrinth, and we also did Voldemort and Harry Potter's mommy, what's her face? Lily? Yeah, Lily. Previous year we were Phantom and Christine from Phantom of the Opera. I would like to do the bullies from Hocus Pocus.
My name ain't Ernie no more. It's Ice.
This is Ice.
And for our son to either be the little cat from Hocus Pocus or he could be Hollywood.
Hollywood?
And we can give him like little fake Nike ticks on his little shoes.
Check out the new cross trainers. Let me try them on.
So yeah, we're off to pick a pumpkin. Nice cheap little family outing. It's only like €2 per person or €5 for a family. We're back in the car after our pumpkin patch spooktacular experience, and I'm gonna snack on some sea salt dark chocolate almonds. These are like, you know, if you're a peanut M&M's fan but you want something a little bit healthier, almonds are a brilliant snack, and I have dark chocolate every single day. Hair got destroyed, by the way, with the wind in the pumpkin patch, so farewell hair down style. I had questions on Instagram about the house quest, house hunting updates, what our house is like, our house situation. In a recent episode, Thomas and I were sitting here in this very car just talking about, oh, the process might take ages, and like, it still might take ages, but
made some progress.
Some progress. So we are sale agreed on basically the perfect house. Thing is, in Ireland, sale agreed doesn't really mean too much.
Yeah, so sale agreed basically means we put down a small deposit, but the sellers can pull out at any time. The winds could change and it could all fall apart.
Right now I'm quite nervous because there are like just certain issues that there isn't paperwork for, so there's like a lot of back and forth between our solicitor and the seller's solicitor. We've met the sellers though, and they're amazing. They're just amazing. I'm going to share absolutely everything that I can once we have some keys, and you will know when we have keys, because I will be on Instagram sharing that information with you, because it'll be the proudest, happiest day, because we've wanted our own home for
a million billion days.
Little shout out to the Irish Home Buyers Journal. I was gifted this. We had already started the process, but if you're also in Ireland, it goes from everything from saving your deposit. There's loads of helpful stuff under each segment. So applying for the mortgage, it goes through everything that involves. And then sale agreed, so we're up to this point. You've got your sale agreed checklist, you've got your bloody surveying. We got our survey done. Renovations, we will definitely have to do some stuff to this house pending that we actually get it. I'll link this down below for anyone who's interested in it. Our living setup right now has been affecting me, even my ability to just work and everything like that, and nothing to do at all with the people we live with. We get on great with Thomas's family, like we're so close with them. It's the point I'm at in life and my career. I need my own privacy, my own space. I feel very stuck. Like, I just feel like, do you have that feeling as well?
We both have jobs, we're married, we have a child. Like, I would like to have just a little bit of space. Just a tiny piece.
Just a piece. We thought we would have a house before I gave birth, but the pandemic had other plans, and that's fine, and we have come to terms with that. But I didn't actually realise how complicated it was to buy a house. I had no idea of all the different stages involved. It's so perfect, like it ticks all of our boxes, and we just couldn't believe that we got it. It was our second bid. We're very, very excited. We're just trying really hard to manage our expectations at the moment, so we don't like just end up sad and having to go through all of it again, because there's been just so much involved. Like, we've had like tea with the owners, and they've gone through like what they're going to leave there for us and everything. Like, and they're ready to move out now, like, so yeah, we're just kind of hoping it all goes smoothly. Fingers crossed we're in this side of Christmas. So cross all your limbs for us, please. We're so, it has room for my dad. So we're going to be building my dad like a granddad flat type situation. So he will be living with us, but not with us, if that makes sense. People want fitness updates, Thomas. Have I been weightlifting? No. Someone even said that they have started, you know, getting into fitness because like they're inspired by my stuff from a couple of years ago. And yeah,
maybe you should watch your stuff
maybe
from
I
a
should
couple
watch
of years ago.
Oh guys, look, now I'm committing to getting a good level of fitness back by the time that we have our wedding again. You know, like the way we got married, we didn't get to have the wedding, we're having it in March 2022. Firstly, need that dress to fit because I spent a stupid amount of money on it. Even though it was in a sale, it was still quite expensive, and it's beautiful, and Thomas just does not want me to buy a different dress. He is insisting. You can buy a different
dress if you want to.
Tell them what you said every time I've suggested that.
That it makes me sad.
Yeah. He doesn't want me to wear a different dress. He won't have it.
I will have it. I'll just be sad.
Yeah, great. So I get to walk up the aisle and you're there sobbing your eyes out because I'm not wearing the dress.
People just think I'm sobbing with happiness and I'll be mourning the dress.
Fitness hasn't been happening. There's been no fitness. I just haven't been making time. I've no excuse. I've just been not making time to go to the gym because I don't think I've actually had time though. Would you agree? I've not had time.
No, we've both been flat out. Like
you barely even get to go.
I'm actively trying to go every day, and the last time I was there was Monday, and it's now Sunday.
Oh, I really relate now to a lot of you who used to message me about not having time for exercise. I feel like I've wasted my gym membership, you know that? Like, I got a gym membership and I'm not gonna get to use it at all. So, like, I just haven't. I've been a few times and that's all. And I vlogged in this series, like, oh yeah, back to the gym. And now, so yeah, I'm trying to think of, you know, ways to get motivated from home and exercise at home while my son is napping. And when he was a newborn it was a lot easier because he slept nearly all day, and now he's just always awake and he needs eyeballs on him all the time. Because if you saw my 24 hours with a 1-year-old video, my last video, you'll know that he is he has a death wish. He's just trying to climb in the oven all day. I've not given up my fitness goals to just be strong again before I get pregnant again. So we may be pushing back baby number 2 for multiple reasons. One of which I just feel like, how do you do it if you have 2 very small toddlers? Like, no, I don't want to push it out. I'm just saying that. I just mean I'm nervous about having a baby and him. I am, and I won't say otherwise because it would be a lie. Oh, we're supposed to go over to Granddad. Dad told me to watch Squid Game on Netflix.
That's very good.
And he was like, it's a worldwide, massive, it's doing really well ever. I had no idea, and usually I always know that stuff before you do, and I tell you about it. But I'm so out of the loop. How much of it have you seen?
I watched it all.
Did you? Huh? See, we can't binge watch stuff anymore because of him. We kind of watch like half an episode and then half an episode.
I watched it all over 2 days.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, we're on, I don't want to give spoilers, but like we've just watched the tug of war one.
Oh, it's mad, isn't it?
So horrible, like it's nightmare fuel. It's an amazing show. But I do love Korean
cinema. It's very good.
But yeah, Korean cinema is just fantastic. And like, did you watch it dubbed or with subtitles?
No, subtitles.
Subtitles as well, yeah.
Ah, no, you wouldn't watch it dubbed.
It ruins it. I don't mind having to read.
You lose all the effect.
But it's hard to watch the acting and read the words at the same time. If you've not seen it, there's a little recommendation from Papa Paul. Papa Murphy? Papa Paul.
Granddad.
Granddad Paul. Hi, Granddad. I had a lot of questions about the hair regrowth situation, and you can probably tell in this vlog that my hair is doing my head in. It is always pretty much doing my head in now because there's just different lengths all over. There's short bits, there's long bits. One thing I did get is like kind of curtain bangs, like that kind of a fringe, you know, that sweeps over to the sides, just so that these little short bits of regrowth aren't as visible. But if I don't style it, it's just really annoying. And Thomas knew, he knew if I got one that I'd be like complaining about it all the time.
I said it for months. I said if you get a fringe every day, it'll either be too long or too short or too gappy or too easy. And then the odd day it'll be, it looks amazing. I love having a fringe.
Yeah, sometimes it does look nice. Anyway, so these are my current things I'm using. So Nioxin was recommended by my hairdresser friend Darren. This is for chemically treated progressed thinning hair, which I don't have thinning hair, but he said it's good for hair regrowth and encouraging that. Colour safe as well. And then because I never have time for hair masks anymore, I just try and use good conditioner. So I have the Dove Intense Repair conditioner. This isn't sponsored, though I'm a brand ambassador with Dove. Have to say that, I think it's just right to disclose. This helps to repair damage then on the bottoms. So shampoo is treating the root, conditioner is treating the ends, so it is growing a lot. I eat lots of healthy fats, protein, so the diet is really important with hair regrowth. But yeah, it's like just time, and I try and not use too much heat on it. Like if I'm not going anywhere, I just let it run amok and I look like Hagrid, but just that has to happen sometimes. so that it grows fast, because I want it to be nice and long and dark again by the wedding. So you know that I cut loads of it off to kind of start the regrowth journey, and now I'm just, yeah, I'll use those, a bit of hair oil or a bit of serum, and that's it. I don't really do much else with it other than the odd day where I throw the GHD over it. A lot of you have been commenting on Thomas's hair transplant progress, and we have a video coming next week. It's a secret. Yeah, people are commenting on his hair a lot, and a few of you have asked, could we do a whole dedicated video? Some of you know people who were considering hair transplants and stuff, but you're chuffed with it, aren't you?
Alright, it's way better than I thought it was going to be.
So yeah, we're both on the train to Great Hair Town.
What are you talking about?
I'm so tired.
So anyway, we're both on the train to Great Hair Town.
I'm not used to vlogging anymore. I'm so looking forward to like being settled in a new house, just having a routine, like with videos and stuff. I've just felt very like, I don't know, just in a rut. And this whole series is about stepping out of ruts. I need to have dinner. I want a Chinese. I really want a satay 3-in-1 with some spring rolls. But
all the food in the fridge is just like...
I'm about to go to bed, and I thought I'd show you what I'm using on my skin at night time at the moment. And I love this combination for the dryness I typically get this time of year. The Kinvara Absolute Cleansing Oil with watermelon and cedarwood. I use that to melt off all of my makeup. And then I do my second cleanse with the hydrating cleanser from CeraVe and this stuff. I use this in the mornings as well. It's just fab. Like, it's a really simple product, but it does such a good job. And this, genuinely the holy grail of moisturizers, will eat a skin food. I've gone back to this time and time again over the years when my skin gets particularly dry. I'll show you. Face does be gleaming. When Thomas sees me wearing this, he's always like, your skin looks so nourished. I'm like, I know. It's for you.
What is it?
I don't know. It looks cool though.
Halloween flower?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's a spooky skeleton flower. Beautiful. One of the questions I got was about how is it going with reconnecting with friends and family and stuff like that post-COVID. Because yeah, during the pandemic and like having my son, I felt like I was just being a shitty friend and letting a lot of my relationships slide and stuff. Trees.
I definitely think since you got close to finishing your book, and then when you finally finished your book, we've definitely been branching out into our social circles again.
Yeah, like we had two of my closest like writers slash YouTubey friends, Hannah and Callum, came to stay from England for a couple of days. We went out to meet up with one of my friends from college. She was my best friend during university. We've met up with our local friends a few times now. However, I've not once wanted to document any of it, which is a good thing, I think. Have you noticed that? Do you remember we used to do them?
A good thing, said the woman who works online.
Do you not remember when we used to do the monthly vlogs, and like I'd always feel like, you know, if we were at a party, I'd have to get like a 5-second shot of like us dancing, and seeing that I lost out on so much time with friends, I just want to be in the moment and to just have a nice afternoon with our friends. And I'm noticing everyone getting a bit more private. I'm seeing a lot of mothers kind of rethinking how much they share of their kids online and stuff like that. It's just a weird time in vlogland. I would like to make content around friendship. Like, I never made a friendship habits I formed in my 20s video when I was doing those habits videos. I've learned a lot about friendship over the last 10 years. And it's definitely not been very easy in some circumstances, reigniting, you know, meeting up with people.
The last couple of years has been really difficult, because I feel like I've been forced into an introverted box.
Yeah.
And now as a result, it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like getting back out there socially and meeting up with people regularly is kind of like sneaking up on a pigeon. You're kind of like trying slowly to get back into it, and if you try too hard, everyone's just gonna be like, oh no, I'm busy, I have to fuck, I'm blocking you. There's no more like, oh, we're going for a walk, who wants to come? And then 10 minutes later there's like 3 or 4 people out for a walk.
Yeah.
It's like, if you do that, it's like, I'm going for a walk. It's like an hour later, oh, I'm only seeing this now. Or
I think a lot of people do have much more social
I'm
anxiety.
probably the worst one for fucking doing that.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm just not used to seeing people anymore.
Yeah, it's like the constant desire to see people, but then also, yeah, there's a weird feeling of being very alien in actually hanging out with anyone but each other. We've just been constantly together, like just going for a walk with someone gives me the same buzz as like going on a mad one in a nightclub used to. It's weird. Last night our son was just sitting in the middle of the sitting room. He stood up on his own and took multiple steps and then started clapping because we were clapping. It was amazing.
That's what I say. Yeah.
You can walk now. He just keeps like taking bursts of steps, but you're trying to run and you have to learn how to walk first. Square, circle, triangle.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, he wants you to do flip the frog.
Oh.
Doesn't want Chris the chicken.
Oh no, okay. Chris.
Thought I'd take this chance to answer another one of your questions, and this one came from a girl, Thomas. So she said she really wants to have kids. She's anxious to have kids with her boyfriend, but she said she's nervous about losing the spark, so she's not sure. So she obviously like really wants kids, but she's afraid of it affecting her relationship. And we were actually just chatting about this over breakfast with Thomas's mommy, this kind of thing, that like, hi Flip the Frog.
Hello. You're pretty.
I'm gonna cheat on you with Flip.
No, don't cheat on me with Flip.
For years I've just heard that, you know, some people, they think having a baby fixes relationship problems. Like you hear that phrase that people use a baby as a band-aid, and that what it actually does is highlight like weaknesses in your relationship. But I feel like, yeah, you would want to be extremely strong as a couple going into it, because it's just like a lot of our relationship ends up just being teamwork.
It is going to change your relationship. Anyone who says I'm afraid of it changing my relationship, it is going to change your relationship. Yeah. Whether or not you lose the spark, that depends on how much you're willing to do to keep the spark.
Maintain it.
And having kids will just speed up the process. Yeah. Like you could lose the spark in 5 years with that person, or in 5 weeks with having a baby. Like it's all about what you're willing to do to hang on to it. Yeah. And if you're willing to hang on to it and try to do things to hang on to it, then you won't lose it.
Like when we have dates, we have such a laugh, and like just where we went to a hotel there the other day, and we brought our son and all that, but it had like a separate, you know, room to where he was sleeping, and like, yeah, we had a great night, and it just felt like old times. Your relationship changes over time anyway. Everyone's relationship does. Like the first year to 2 years is always going to be very different from, you know, the first like when you get to the end of 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, and if you want to have a life with the person that you're with, kids or no kids, that's something that you have to come to terms with. I think it's really important to build in just you time, like quality relationship time. Hi. And obviously when you've got lots of other commitments, it's not possible to do that all the time. But I don't know, I feel like the whole companionate love part of the relationship is better than the beginning. Like I love you a lot more now than I did when we got together, or even within the first couple of years.
Well,
like,
I sure hope so. I certainly hope so.
but I do.
I love you more and more every single day. That's
day.
why I always tell you.
Yeah.
If you're the type of couple that will eventually lose the spark, you're
It'll
gonna
happen
lose
anyway.
it with or without a baby.
Yeah.
The baby might just quicken things along. So just make time for each other as best you can, and honestly in the first probably year, the most that might be is a takeaway and half a movie on a Friday night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
But those little things all out.
I definitely, would you agree? I definitely would not sacrifice on having kids for, I don't know, an exciting relationship, just because that is not going to be super exciting until you're 80, and you know, you do have a window of time to have kids, like, you know, it's obviously up till your early 40s and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think if you want to have kids, whether or not you might lose the spark in your relationship isn't a reason to not have them.
Yeah.
If you want to have kids, have
I
them.
think
If
it
you
would
don't
eat
want
you
to have
up.
kids, don't have them.
Yeah.
It's as
But no,
simple as that.
she does want them.
Right. Well,
And I just think if you choose not to, it will eat you up. Or you know, because it happens to people where they really want them, they go to try and then they struggle, and then it takes years until they have a kid. So like, it's not just a case of making the decision and then poof, there's a baby. You know, there can be a lot of heartache involved in the process of becoming a parent. Hi, Mr. Moo Cow.
my name is Manfred the Moo Cow. What's your name?
Cozy One Kenobi.
Thought your name was Roby One Kim Cozy.
That's also my name. I'm gonna get my little man to sleep now. I'm gonna end the vlog, and I wanted to show you this real quick. This is my new Kindle cover, The Labyrinth. It's the book from The Labyrinth. My dad ordered me this as a birthday present from Geekify. It's so cool. It has my name on the inside. I love it. But I would love if you could comment book recommendations, because now that I'm finished writing, I want to carve out space to get reading. I have so many books in my to be read pile. They are just calling my name. I am so excited to start reading and have time to read again. The Kindle is fab if you are a mama like me and you like to contact nap. We don't always contact nap with our son, but he might sleep for like an hour and a half instead of an hour if one of us is there, because when he tosses, one of us just put our hand on his back and he'll fall right back asleep. I think the book I've just downloaded is called The Winter Cottage, so that's what I'm going to be reading. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate all of you who've stuck around as I've began this whole reset process, which will take some time. I believe this series will be going on all next year as well, and I may end up pregnant again. But yeah, resetting after COVID, we're all doing that. And I love having this community. I love that so many of you have been here for such a long time. It means so much to me. Like, I can't tell you how much it means to me. It's just, I feel very lucky. Leave me a little comment and say hi, and I will be back again with another video next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. Until then, farewell.